So today we're gonna be reacting to and doing a little bit of commentary to the Charlie Kirk situation. And so, and today, um, it's gonna be we're just gonna be watching the Fox News broadcast about it. Now we're not really gonna get too far into it. We're not gonna get too into it, but we are gonna we're just gonna watch this broadcast and hopefully hopefully it goes well within the news broadcast. But hey, um, you know, it look, all I gotta say is rest in peace. Rest in peace to Charlie Kirk. He was a man. He was a man. Now I'm not gonna get too political because I don't do politics anymore. I quit that shit. That shit's stupid. It's honestly, it's just immature waste of time in my opinion. But hey, if you're new to the channel, welcome. If if you like what I do here, I got other videos. Those will be linked. I got other videos, so those will most likely be linked in the description down below. But hey, so without any further ado, let's get into this reaction video. In 3, 2, 1, here we go.
Yeah, and today was actually the start of his American comeback tour. He was kicking that off today at Utah Valley University, and he's become famous online for when he does these. These are when he sets those tables up and has his Prove Me Wrong table. We've seen Charlie Kirk be so willing to debate anybody, anywhere, anytime in a calm and professional manner and talk about any topics that sometimes are a little uncomfortable for people. So he was kicking that off at Utah Valley University today. We've got Jason Chaffetz on the phone. Jason, we were reading some of your social media posts. You were there. You witnessed this. What happened?
Well, this is crazy. I mean, let's just keep going.
It's a good crowd. A lot of people were chanting his name.
He was a man, that's for sure. They
there.
shot and killed. They shot and killed him instantly.
My wife was there.
He did nothing wrong other than speak about politics.
We were excited, and people were there, and there were lots of them. And he came out. He was throwing hats, riling up the crowd. He took his first question, which was, I have to catch my breath trying to run into the house here. He took a first question, which was a religious question. And then he got to the second question, which was about 30 minutes into his presentation, 2:30 local time. And the question was about transgender shooters, mass killings, versus people that weren't transgender. And when that happened, when that question came out, and he's going to have the interaction, one shot.
Hold on, guys. I'm gonna fix the sound disturbances.
I was watching Charlie. I can't say that I saw blood. I can't say that I saw him get hit, but I did see him fall immediately backwards into his left. And I can
He got shot and killed.
Somehow he survived that.
Oh my God, we're all praying. He's
go.
married to his
Sorry, I had
wife
to fix the
Erica for
sound.
4 years now. Jason, obviously you're visibly and very emotional, obviously, having just witnessed this. Married to Erica for 4 years, 2 children, a son and a daughter. All we can do is pray right now until we get an update on what exactly happened here and his condition, although there are reports that he was ushered off by his security team, and if shot, obviously hoping he's getting immediate medical help. There are obviously, Jason, starting to be some pictures emerging online of the moment when this happened. There are even some photos of a man who was hauled off after this happened. So we're waiting on details and facts. as this story develops. But we know Charlie. We've seen and heard from him many times over the
Pause this. Hold on, guys. Let me fix. I'm watching this on 2 monitors. Let me fix it real quick. Give me. Okay, there we go. I got it fixed.
years. He's been a very present conservative through the Trump movement, leading students. And to your point, Jason,
guys.
you said he came to town.
Charlie Kirk was a man. 2 children and a wife.
Came to listen. He has an enormous following and so many
He was a
supporters,
man who believed
that
no matter who you were, transgender, what race you were,
Well, I traded.
he believed that no matter what race or gender you were, you could be debated. And evidently, all joking aside, evidently, due to the events that happened yesterday, evidently he thought wrong. And I hate to say that because it's a horrible sight. Any man shall be killed out of jealousy. Shall that perpetrator be executed and exiled or whatever? You know, that the perpetrator that did this to him was, regardless of who he was, the man was innocent. I mean, he, as far as I know, I mean, I know how people joke and make fucked up statements saying, oh, all politics are preds, they're child predators, they're child preds. All politics are child preds. You know, I love how people make fucked up statements saying, oh, all politicians and politics are preds, they're child preds. And I'm just like, I disagree with that. It's like, yeah, while 80 to 90% of them might be, I don't know that for sure. I don't know that to be true for sure, but what I do know is while at least 60, 70 to 80 to 90% of them might be, while 80 and 90% of them might be, while 80% of them might be, there's still the other 10% that's not. So while 80 or 90% of them might be, there's still some that's not. So while most of them might be, there's still others that's not. There's still some. While most of them might be, there's still. While most of them might be, there's still others. There's still some that's still good. So.
I traded text messages with ahead of time, and I said, "Hey, Charlie, I'll take a chance to see you. I'd really like to see you again, and still want to see you again." So.
And they killed him. They killed him and took him away from his family too.
Messages with him. I traded text messages with him ahead of time, and
like I said, he was a politician, but also they killed him because of the freedom of speech.
Our family would like to see you again, and
that's essentially what this was, and that's essentially what this is: killing someone because of their freedom of speech. Because they didn't.
He said he was going to go.
Killing someone because of their freedom of speech, and only because they didn't like their world values and how they value and see the world.
He's there doing the right thing. You know, and
killing someone because of their freedom of speech, that's crazy.
20-year-olds enthusiastic about politics
killing someone because
in the world.
Killing someone because of the freedom of speech.
Jason, I apologize. I don't want to cut you off, but we're getting some reaction in from California Governor Gavin Newsom.
Well, I might not agree with everything
he went on
Charlie
Kirk on his podcast earlier this year. He says, quote, the attack on Charlie Kirk is disgusting, vile, and reprehensible. In the United States of America, we must reject political violence in every form. And Sandra, Jason, just talking to you, I feel sick to my stomach right now. The first encounter I had with Charlie was back when I was covering the border, and he would just DM me on Twitter saying, hey, thank you for those reports. You're doing a great job down there. Keep in mind, he's got a wife and kids, young guy. I'm in shock at this news, Jason. After you heard that shot go off, what happened?
Hey, Bill, just let me jump in here. The FBI.
And I love how they killed him on the campus, too.
Just put up a statement on the Kirk shooting saying, quote, agents will be on the scene quickly, and the FBI stands in full support of the ongoing response on that campus. We're closely monitoring reports of a tragic shooting involving Charlie Kirk at Utah Valley University. Our thoughts are with Charlie, his loved ones, and everyone affected. Agents will be on the scene quickly, and the FBI stands in full support of the ongoing response and investigation. Also, the Secretary of the Department of War, Pete Hegseth, on Charlie Kirk, saying prayers for Kirk, an incredible Christian, American, and human being. May the healing hand of Jesus Christ be upon him. Still waiting on any details, Bill, to come in on his condition. Jason Chaffetz was with us, who was on site when this happened. And Jason, you said you couldn't identify blood, but you heard the shot and you saw him fall backwards when this happened. Please do
I just want to say
explain
this
further
too right here real
what
quick.
you just saw happen.
Look,
Well, look,
now I'm probably going to
guessing
get a lot
there
of hate
were
for this.
2,000 people
That's
there
fine.
or
That's
so,
okay.
and
Like I
ready to
said,
have a
freedom of
dialogue
speech.
and-
I have the
and
right to
listen
it, just like he
Charlie
did.
and,
So that doesn't give you the
you
right
know,
to
take
kill
one,
neither
come
him
one,
nor
come
me,
all, to ask,
nor me
answer
about it. So
questions. I, you know.
anyway, so
in the, let's see, 45 minutes.
here's my
or
take
so,
on
that,
things. I never supported him as a politician. I'm just going to say it. I didn't support him. I'm not a liberal, nor am I a politician supporter, nor am I a Democrat or Republican. I could care less. But I did not support him as a I did not support him as a I did not support him as a politician. I did not like how he did things. I didn't like what he said about Martin Luther King. I didn't like any of those things. To be honest, I thought he was a POS, piece of shit, for saying that, what he said about Martin Luther King. You know what else happened to Martin Luther King? He too was assassinated. So I guess, you know, karma's gonna karm. You know, karma's gonna... I hate to say that, but it is what it is. People can hate me or they can like me. It is what it is. But also, even given his hate speeches towards Martin Luther King and other people and other politicians from the past, even given what he said about Joe Biden, calling him senile, he has the right to say that. But he has the right to say that, but he doesn't have the right to attack his mental worldview. You know, he has the right to say that, but he doesn't have the right to. He has the right to say that, but he doesn't have the right to attack his mental status and his his mental status and his mental stability. You know, he doesn't have the right to do that, but he does and did and does have the right to talk about that. He did and does. He did. Both did and does. I say did because he's dead. He did have the right to speak like that, and he does have the right to talk against it. He does have that right, but he does not have the right to attack someone's mental stability and status. Now, did he have the right to talk at that ball game or wherever it was? Yes, because he was just handing out hats and doing political speakings, freedom of speech, like he always does. Did he have the right to be in that crowd of people? Yes. Did he have the right for freedom of speech? Yes. Yes to all three of those things. Did he have the right to be shot and killed? No. Did that assassin, Tyler, whatever his name was, did that guy have the right to kill him, and did he deserve to die like that? No. Did he deserve the right to kill him? To kill Charlie Kirk? No. Nor did he have the right to even have the gun in public space. Now, do I think he has the right to open carry? Yeah. I mean, yeah, in certain states you can open carry a rifle. But it's not about that. It's not about whether you can or can't word I'm looking for. Fuck it. It's you see what I'm going with this? Like, it's not about right and wrong. It's about just having plain morals, and sadly that's just what we lack nowadays. In today's age, people my age even lack morals, and I think we're starting to see a lot more of the lack of morals. Yeah, I excuse me. I think we're starting to see a lot more of that, and it's really beginning to get a lot more sad. But yeah, that's all I wanted to say on that. He didn't deserve to die like that. He was a man who had 2 children and a wife. He was a man who had 2 children and a wife, and you wanted to kill him for what? Because you didn't like his worldview? I mean, again, yeah. I'm gonna go ahead and shut up before I go on a one fucking hour-long rant. But look, he did not deserve to die like that. Simple, plain, period, poo. He did not deserve to die. I think he was innocent. As far as I know, I don't know. Like I said, I know how a lot of people, like I said, a lot of people like to make fun of politics. Like I said, they make jokes and fucked up statements saying, oh, all politicians are preds. They're child preds. No, they're not. Not while the vast majority of them may be, and while the vast majority of them might be, they're not all preds. But yeah, that's all I wanted to say. Cause yeah, this man was innocent. You killed an innocent man for nothing. Rest in peace, Charlie Kirk. I hope you find peace wherever you're at. Yeah, let's just keep going. That has nothing to do with transgenders. I hate how he's pointing that out. Transgenders are not all violent people. We just don't like transgenders are not all violent people. We just don't like politicians like you attacking us.
The question was,
no hate towards Charlie Kirk. I'm just saying.
Shooters, mass shootings, and but as soon as the shot rang out, everybody hit the deck, and then everybody started scattering and yelling and screaming, as you might imagine. And I went from watching Charlie Kirk to looking over to make sure our daughter.
Sorry, guys, I'm eating honey bun. I love how they bring up the situation with the transgender shooters, but they don't want to fix the situation with the mass bombings.
It's
over in Israel,
Utah Valley
in
University,
Shalom or wherever that's it.
Yeah.
I love how they want to bring up transgenders.
State's largest university.
And I love how they want to bring up the transgender topics, but they don't want to solve the pedophilia on Roblox. Right? They want to fix the situation. You know what I mean? Like, they want to fix everything else but what they need to be fixing. Like, they could be focusing on starvation, family hunger, children starvation, animal cruelty. I mean, yeah, they have laws in place of that, but that's not going to work. The government does not care about us. That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. They don't care about us. Let's keep going, though. That's all I wanted to say. I'll quit pausing it. Well, wow. Sorry, guys, sound delay. If you could hear that in the background, that's my bad. Oh, right. Well,
Jason, if you could stand by with us as our
like I said, do I believe
continue.
Charlie
We're
Kirk
going to hand
deserved
off
to
to
die?
Martha
Well,
McCallum
no,
here
he was innocent.
on this breaking news.
Thanks
for
man,
joining us. I'm Sandra Smith.
Rather it was
Hey
Michael
everyone,
Jackson.
I'm Emily
I'm
Campagno.
just making an
Catch
example.
me and my co-host.
Rather it's a celebrity like Michael Jackson, or it's Billy Bob Joe living on the street. Either way, you killed an innocent man, and I don't believe in that. And that's all I wanted to say on this. Yeah, Charlie Kirk was not a prophet. He was a man. He was not a prophet. He was a man, supporting his children, and you killed him. Simple as that. He was a man supporting his children, and he did what he had to do. But he was not a prophet. That's all I wanted to say. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, leave a like, comment, subscribe. Hit that bell notifications, that way you know of every time I upload. Hope you guys enjoyed. If you did, hope to see you guys next time. If you did like this video, leave a like, comment, subscribe, hit that bell, so that way you know of every time I upload. And hey, hope you guys enjoyed, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye. Rest in peace to Charlie Kirk.